So when we talk about domain, think of that as the set of numbers that work for the function. Now, these are not currently written in function form, but I wanted to take a look at them. If they were functions, what would their domains be? Which values would work? Just look at this first one really quick. See these x's right here? Is there anything stopping you from plugging any number, any real number into those x numbers, those x values?
No.
Like, can I plug in a negative number?
Sure.
Can I plug in a decimal?
Why not?
Positive number? Fraction? Yeah, we're good, right? We can plug in any number. Nothing is stopping us. And so the domain for this one would be all real numbers. You can say the set of real numbers. Here's the real number sign. I'm just going to write all real numbers. Remember, domain means the set of numbers that work for the function, that are allowed. Okay, so now let's look at this one. I want to give you guys a chance to talk to each other about that one. Which numbers are okay to plug into that? Ready, set, go. If you pick a number that you plug into here and gives you a negative, its result is negative, that number isn't part of the domain. So if you're just picking numbers and you're trying out numbers, you're making tables and stuff, you will realize that a 2 would work, a 3 would work, even though if I plug in a 3, oh yeah, 3 would give me a 1. So 3 minus 2 would be 1, square root of 1 is 1. Even a 4. A 4 would work. 4 minus 2 is 2. Square root of 2, now you can't do a square root of 2, but it's still a real number. You can plug that into a calculator and it'll give you a result. It might be an irrational number, but it's still a real number. Alright, so this is what you would say. You would say x is greater than or equal to 2. You cannot have a negative inside of a radical. That's what radical expression means. No negative inside. Alright, here's a bonus question. How can I change this function so that I still have a radical, but will have no negatives inside? Ask your neighbors. Go. Okay, just to recap, my favorite one that you guys said was the absolute value bars one. You could just make the absolute value bars, and then you can plug in any number you want. Okay, and you guys said some other good ones, but let's do this last one. What can x, let's just talk about what can x not equal. It makes it easier when you're trying to find what x can equal. You need to know that you can never, ever, ever, ever divide by 0. So if your x value makes the denominator 0, it can't be that x value. So you gotta make sure you restrict your domain from equaling that x value. What can x not equal, my class? 3. So we have all real numbers except 3. So x cannot equal 3. That's your domain for that guy. Knowing this information is really important. Whenever you have square roots, or you can call these radicals, whenever you have square roots and rational expressions, you cannot plug in certain numbers. There's restrictions. You can't have negatives inside of this radical, and you can't divide by 0. Gotta remember that stuff. Gotta. Okay? Okay.